My name's Indy, I work at the performance company. I generally look after sales for AirX and Liberty Walk in Europe and some of the UK. I've been here for about 4 years at the performance company. You can see what I get up to on Instagram, which is just Indy Windy. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a strange IG name, it's just a nickname I've had for a long time. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Indy Windy and kind of see what we've been getting up to. What does Liberty Walk mean to me? Before we got involved in Liberty Walk as a company, I'd always seen them on social media. I saw pictures that Mark Riccioni did for, I think it was Top Gear at the time, of LTMW, and I saw the cars in there being built and I was like, these guys in Japan are crazy. And then afterwards, once we got involved into the brand, I started watching more videos of Kato and some of the older cars that he'd built. And I started to kind of understand why they do it, how they do it. So what Liberty Walk means to me is that it's just a crazy, don't care attitude of modifying a car. There's a lot of purists out there who you can't normally please those guys, but to be able to do what you want on your vehicle is kind of a big deal because a lot of these cars aren't cheap. And when you're modifying them, you're making your own point and your own identity on the car. And I think that's what Liberty Walk stands for in my eyes, is just do what you want, don't be scared of upsetting people. My favourite Liberty Walk car? That's a tough question, really. Having been to Japan recently with James, the director, who did episode 1 of Couch Talk, we got to experience the whole Liberty Walk nature and see all the cars that they've built and just kind of gauge the scale of the cars. But one of the best things about going to Japan was seeing some of the cars that we hadn't seen in the UK, like the Murcielago and cars like that. So when I think about the car that I liked the most from Liberty Walk, I'd probably have to go with the LB Works fighter car that we had here a little while ago that came from Japan. We had it from Essen and it was a Ferrari 458. Which I actually was very lucky to drive. That would probably be the car that stands out to me as one of my favourite cars. It was the sound, the way it drove on the AirX, it was the whole experience of driving that car was ridiculous. Living with the Liberty Walk car, it's kind of as hard as you want to make it. Being at the performance company in Liberty Walk Europe, I've been really lucky to be able to drive pretty much all the cars that we've built, and that's super special. And everyone kind of thinks that you get to drive these cars a lot, but you're kind of lucky to be able to do what we do. I remember when I first started with the performance company, we didn't have those cars available. So forward 4 years, and we've been able to drive some mad cars. Going back to the question, I've kind of got an attention. Living with a Liberty Walk car and driving one isn't bad. I've taken our GTR to Rotterdam for a show, and that was on the ferry, and that wasn't bad. It was fairly easy. Driving around isn't bad either, actually. It's just the tight, narrow streets you need to be careful of. But generally on the open road, the motorway, driving around the streets isn't hard. We did a Liberty Walk Europe. We did a feature with Speed Hunters on the Mustang, and there's a picture that Jordan took when he was taking the pictures of it, of me driving the Mustang on the street, and you could just see how wide it was. And it was mad to see it, because when you're driving you don't necessarily gauge how wide the car is. When he took a picture showing it next to other cars, it was mad. So I don't think driving a Liberty Walk car is hard. I think it's just being careful of the car and respecting how wide and what it really is as a car. I think once you've got those two things, then it's fairly easy to drive and live with the car. I think the only way to really answer this question is probably go down and have a look at the car in the warehouse. now that the car's behind us, we can go into a bit more depth and talk about the kit and what's on the car. Being the sales guy for Liberty Walk, I kind of know a thing or two about these kits. So the Type 2 GTR that we've got behind us is one of our company vehicles that we use for promotion. When we first bought the car from Litchfield, it was a black edition. It was actually black, and we decided to do the Type 2 kit. It was new at the time, and we wanted to be one of the first in Europe with the kit. Will beat us. You can see in episode 3, my customers built his car, and that car went to Geneva Motor Show. Our car was built, and we've used it for promotion ever since. We took the car to Colourcraft, to our partners for installation, and they started to take the car to bits, cut the fenders and that kind of thing. And we decided when we were building the car to change the colour to Nano Grey, which I think was mad. But with the Type 2 kit, because it is so different from Type 1, it's got the new bonnet which facelifts it to the My 17 car, obviously the new bumper to match as well. It's got the full rear bumper which the Type 1 kit didn't have, has a new side skirts, the new fenders, it's got that massive wing which is chassis mounted coming over the top now. The little canards on the front, I think the way that Liberty Walk have designed the kit, it really works. And with the GTR being that purposeful track road car, I think it works really well. We matched it with Airx Air Suspension, who are our technical partner. We also use Vossen wheels on this build as well. And Vossen became our partner recently for most of our European builds, and they've nailed the wheels. It is for sale. I'm just going to get that little plug in there while we're talking about the car. It is for sale, and you can find a link in the video about the car and everything that it's got on it. My favourite feature of this car, another tricky question, this car is ridiculous, right? And I love pretty much everything about it, but if I had to say one thing, it would have to be the wheels. I love what Vossen did on the wheels. I remember we went to Essen Motor Show and we were deciding which wheel we were going to go for the GTR. We were deciding which colours. I think we nailed it with the colour choice, and I think it works really well with the Nano Grey of the car and then the Vossen red centres. I think it works perfectly. I'm not lucky enough to own my own Liberty Walk car, but like I said earlier in the video, because I work at Liberty Walk Europe and the performance company, we get access to all the cars. But personally for me, I've been in the modified car game for a long time. I remember when I had my Passat, I used to decked it, had 6 different suspension systems, and I don't know, the car went through so many different changes, and I think that's what's kind of led me on to going into the Liberty Walk side of things. But my favourite car would have to be a car that wasn't modified, and I think everyone's going to be well surprised. It was my E38 735i that I had for only 6 months. It was a car that had so much character, and I'd love to own another one again. So for me, that is probably one of my favourite cars that I personally owned. I guess I really want to plug everything that we're doing here at the moment at Liberty Walk Europe and the Performance Company. The new YouTube channel that we're obviously doing the video for now, and we've got more episodes coming up. It's something new for us, and the videos are always evolving. So, I mean, it'd mean a lot to me and all the guys here if you were to like and subscribe. And just keep watching the videos and see how they evolve. Another thing I'd like to plug would be all of our social media channels. If you head to the Performance Company Instagram, you'll see pretty much most of our other products and other Instagram pages linked on there. And I generally look after Liberty Walk EU on Instagram and Airx EU on Instagram, and also do both the Facebook pages for those products too. I'd also like to, if anybody wants to, check out my own personal Instagram and have a look what we're getting up to. Just check what cars that we've built and created over the last couple of years alongside Colourcraft. Also want to give a special mention to Vossen wheels. They've nailed it with the wheels that they've supplied for us on the 3 cars that we've done so far. And plus my own personal car, which is my 7 Series, which is my daily. They did the wheels for that, and that looks mad. Also the plug and another little mention to Airx, who are my technical partner for Liberty Walk in Europe, but also again my personal car. The 7 Series, most probably they've probably seen it on my Instagram, and that's my pride and joy in a minute. That's daily car. I'd also like to give a little plug and a special thanks to the guys at Maguire's. Personally, I've known the guys for a long time. Tom's always looked after any of my personal cars, I think, until now, and Dale's been teaching me new techniques on the 7 Series that I've got. But coming on to the Liberty Walk side of things, they've always kind of looked after us and always provided product when we've needed them for any of our cars. So I'd always, just try and plug the guys and the guys, because they've only ever been good to us. And just make sure that you keep it in touch with us, and just make sure you're watching the videos and just keep it real.